key. Making moves, flipping real estate. We building wealth, get your minds right and elevate. It's the mortgage king, we do it truly, bro. Dropping gems like a thief up in the jewelry store. Wealth building equity in real estate, the mission. Collaboration is greater than competition.
YouTube, what's poppin'? Matt Garland here, NMLS number 58700, but I'm better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Look, man, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. First of all, if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Share with your community. Today we're going to talk about the Neighborhood Homes Tax Credit, Joe Biden's new tax bill. But first, we're going to pay a little bit of bills. Super excited. We got the Rants and Gems podcast is now out. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed to it on iTunes and Spotify. Everyone who's given a 5-star review of the podcast so far. We really appreciate you guys. Episode 2 will be out this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check for it on all audio podcasts, wherever you listen to a podcast, right? I'm on Apple, so I used to listen to iTunes. But make sure, this is very important, guys. Make sure you listen to it on iTunes. You give a 5-star review, leave a comment, okay? And subscribe. And actually listen to the podcast on the audio, because the goal is to get the Rants and Gems podcast to be the #1 real estate podcast in the world. Now, we had a strong opening debut. We debuted number 47 on iTunes business charts out of 10,000. Out of 10,000 business podcasts, we were number 47. Currently, we rank top 50 right now. I think number 50 last time I checked. So thank you guys for all of your support. Shout out to my co-host, Kiana Watson. Stay tuned, guys. We got some great episodes coming out every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? Now, let's get to the show. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share with your community, like I said, and make sure you get a pen and pad always when you're watching my content, because there's always a lot of information, always a lot of rants, always a lot of gems. So today, we've been speaking a lot about Biden, home buyer tax credits, home buyer grants. You guys know how I feel about this stuff. I keep telling you all the same thing. We do not need any incentive for buyers right now. We need more for sellers, because there's a lack of inventory all across the nation, all right? And finally, I think somebody in the White House was listening. They was watching the videos, guys. And finally, they came out with something for investors. Now, as always, I want to tell you guys, I'm going to say this probably several times during this video, so that way you guys don't be in the comments asking the same question. When is this available? Can I do it now? No, it's not available now. No, you can't get a tax credit right now. It's not law yet. Okay, so when we're discussing this information, it is subject to change once it's, passed into law. So please take everything that I say right now with a grain of salt, because it's not official. This is just what they have proposed. All right, so let's get down to it. All right, so the Neighborhood Homes Tax Credit. All right, so the American Job Plan calls for a new neighborhood tax credit to attract private investment in the development and rehab of affordable homes for low and moderate income home buyers, right? So basically, they are providing the tax credit for investors, right? And it's going to incentivize these investors to go into these low moderate income areas, okay, and to renovate older homes. And they and if they do this, they could claim a federal tax or a tax credit on their federal tax returns, as long as the home is sold and occupied by an eligible buyer. All right. In order for the investors to qualify for the credit, the buyers must make no more than 140% of the median income. So let me repeat that, because I was stuttering kind of all over the place. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so forgive me. All right. So basically, long story short, investors who acquire and renovate older homes could claim a credit on their federal tax returns, as long as the home is sold to and occupied by an eligible buyer. In order for investors to qualify for the credit, the buyers must make no more than 140% of the area median income. Okay? Now, the tax credit will cover the difference between the total development costs and the acquisition of the rehab. All right? The renovations have to be on budget, have to be on time. Okay? But the final sales price could not exceed 4 times the area median family income. All right, so the tax credit again will cover the difference between the total development costs, and that's including acquisition, rehab, demo, full construction, and the sales price. So for example, if you're buying a house and you need to do rehab, let's just say everything costs you $120,000 to acquire and rehab or build a property in a low moderate income area. Let's say that house sells for $100K because you're buying a house and you have to put more work into it than what the home is going to be worth. The government is going to give that person, that developer, that investor a tax credit of $20,000 to cover that difference. Got it? Good. All right. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Only homes that are in a census tract with the poverty rates of at least 130% of the area poverty rate. Confusing as hell. Median family income below 80% of the median income, and the median home values lower than the area median value would be eligible for the credit. So that will apply to 1 out of 4 homes on a census tract. And each state's housing and finance agency would administer the tax credit, which would be allocated by population. All right, so developers, lenders, local governments could compete for the funds through an application process. See, this is where they lose me when they do all of this, right? They could have just left this at, hey, if you're buying in a low moderate income area, okay, and your buyer makes no more than 140% of the area median income, and if you buying a house, right, and it says that the sales price cannot exceed 4 times of the area median income, right? So long story short, if the family area median income is 100K, you can't sell it no more than 400K, all right? Simple and easy, plain. But then when they start going, and I love the fact that they said the tax credit will cover the difference of if they basically are upside down. So if they're spending more money to rehab this place in this low moderate income area, right? And they know they're going to have to exceed what the house is truly worth, the investor, the developer is going to get a credit for it. I love that. But then when you complicate it, when you just go only homes in census tracts with poverty rates of at least 130% of the area poverty rate. Median family income is below 80% of the area median income, and median home values are lower than the area median value would be eligible for the tax credit. Like, that's where it just gets all confusing. And I get what they're trying to do because they're trying to attack, and help the people who really, truly, honestly need it, right? But I think they're missing a boat. You're shortening the pool. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta go, poverty rates below 130% of the area poverty rate. The median family income is below 80% of the median income, and the median home's value lower than the area median. What? It's just too much. It's too complicated. And this is what the government does, right? They complicate everything. I get why they're doing this, but it's just too complicated to me, right? So, and then on top of it, the housing finance agencies, each state housing finance agency would administer this tax credit. So that means developers and investors would have to go through an application process to compete for the funds. This is where they lose me. They lose me when they do things like this. So, look, here's a bottom line, right? And I don't know if you guys know this. 40% of the U.S. housing market is 50 years older. And there's over 15 million vacant properties right now in America. Really let that sink in. 40% of the housing stock is 50 years or older, and 15 million bandos across the country. Great. Incentivize the investors to go in there and build up these bandos. Now, I like all the first parts of this. The tax credit will cover the difference between the total acquisition and rehab. Great. The final sales price cannot exceed 4 times the area median family income. Great. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. I love that. Because now, you know, and in order for the developer to get this, or the investor to get this tax credit, then they have to sell it to basically somebody who's going to occupy the property as their primary residence and doesn't make 140% of the area median income. That's freaking phenomenal. I love all of that. But it's just this last part, man. This is what kills me. Only homes in census tracts with poverty rates of at least 130% of the area poverty rate. Median family income below 80% of the area median income, and median home values lower than the area median value will be eligible for a credit. That's 1 out of 4 homes on the census tracts. I don't know, man. I just think they're complicating a little bit too much, in my honest opinion. Look, I love the idea of giving investors and giving, you know, developers tax credit to incentivize them to build, especially in underserved communities. And most of those underserved communities are Black and Hispanic communities. Let's call a spade a spade. Look, I talk about home ownership rates all the time on here. Hispanic Americans, 49%. Black Americans, 45%. Compared to white America, 74% of them own homes. So Black America, 45% of us are owning real estate. Hispanic Americans, 49%. So these homes, these bandos, is 9 times out of 10 in our communities, in the Black communities, right? Great. Like, I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. I like the first part of this, but I don't like when you go ahead now, you got to make it, you know, a little bit more difficult. You know, you got 4 steps. Only homes in the census tract with poverty rates of at least 130% of the area poverty rate. Median family income is below 80% of the area median income, and the median home values lower than the area median value would be eligible for tax credit. And now these got to go through the state's housing finance agency and go through an application process. I thought this was a damn tax credit. Like, I filed my taxes, I did this house, here's the address. Do you qualify? Yes. Was it a first-time home buyer? Yes. Here's the proof. Here's their HUD or the closing statement. You know what I mean? They did a FHA loan, VA loan, conventional loan, 5% down, 3.5. Boom. Okay, you acquired and rehab the house. It cost you $120,000, but the house only worth $100K. So you basically had to come out of $20K in your pocket. So here's the $20K on your tax returns. Boom. Simple. At least to me, that's what it seems like. It's very simple to me. I don't know. What do y'all think? Right? In the comments. Y'all heard this. What do you guys think in the comments? Let's see, because I want to read some of you guys' responses on the screen real quick. Do you like this tax credit that they are proposing for investors and developers? Yes or no? That's all I need to see in the comments. Yes or no? What do we got going in the comments? Anybody answering this shit yet, Tooks? Shout out to Tooks Productions on the boards as usual, guys. Make sure y'all follow Tooks Productions on Instagram. All right? So we got somebody saying no. They don't like it. Right? I don't like it. So all my live people, you watching this live, type in the comments, you like this or not? Yes or no? On a replay, you watching this? Type in the comments. You like it? Yes or no? Me personally, I'm happy that they're trying to do something for developers, for investors, but I don't think this is it. They got to tweak this thing a little bit better, because the last part of it is just so confusing. I'm going to read it again. Only homes in the census tracts with poverty rates of at least 130% of the area poverty rate. Median family income below 80% of the area median income, and median home values lower than the area median value would be eligible for a the tax credit that's 1 in 4 properties on the census tract. I don't know. I think they could have did a lot better than that. And then going through each state's housing finance agency would administer the tax credit. I don't like that either. That means you got to do an application. Like, come on, if I'm picking up some of these bandos and I'm rehabbing them and you offering this and I sell it to a first-time home buyer or just a home buyer who's going to live in the house and they meet the qualifications as far as they don't make more than 140% of the area median income, you know, I'm buying in a low moderate income area, great. Let's develop it. I don't know. We got a lot of no's in the comments, man. A lot of people are saying no in the comments. No in the comments. So, yeah, there you have it. A lot of people don't like it. I don't like it. We got a couple of y'all here on live with me right now, a couple hundred with y'all, man. I need y'all to like this video. Like this video. Share it with your people. My thoughts on this tax credit is no bueno. I don't like it. I like the idea of it. I think it definitely needs a lot more tweaking to it. I definitely love the idea of it. I like the first half of it. I don't like the bottom half of it. They need to go back to the drawing board, in my opinion, and cut that other extra fluff out and figure out a way to where you can make it as streamlined as possible for developers and investors to get some sort of tax credit. Don't overcomplicate this, Biden administration. Please, just make it easier for us. Investors want to invest and they want incentive to invest and to develop in certain areas. So if you want to, you know, bridge the wealth gap and you want low moderate income families to own homes, make it more accessible for investors to go into these areas and make it worth their while to do these type of jobs, in my opinion. All right. How long we been on this, Tooks? 18 minutes. All right, guys. There you have it. Sounds like you're reading the New York City parking signs. Yo, the New York City parking signs do be having like, yo, only a New Yorker would say that. Yo, the New York parking signs have so much information on it. It's like, can I park here or not? That's all I want to know. That's what I'm saying. They just the government. They make everything so difficult when it don't have to be this difficult. But look, it's above my pay grade. It's above me. I'm just the mortgage guy. I'm here to deliver the news to you guys. I don't make the rules. I just follow the rules, and I try to give you guys the information so that way you're well informed as you're going out on your real estate journeys, man. So, look, again, the Rants and Gems podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single Wednesday on all audio outlets. On all audio outlets, we're going to have the link in the description of this video to get to the podcast. Please support it. We had a strong opening week. Thank you all for being a part of that. Support it, listen to it, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to all my earners. We're filming in Atlanta again this week, but this time we're going to have a live studio audience. Shout out to all my EYL earners who, y'all took up all those tickets, man. Y'all was not playing. So episode 3 and on of the Rants and Gems podcast or the Rants and Gems show, I should say. I'm not going to even call it a pod no more, but the Rants and Gems show will have a live studio audience. A lot of my friends will be there. So, yeah, man, I can't wait till you guys start seeing, you know, episode 3 and on. But this Wednesday, episode 2, me and Kiana dropping Rants and Gems. Kiana goes off on this episode. She kills it. So I know you guys are going to get a lot of value out of it, all right? So make sure y'all guys subscribe on iTunes, listen on Spotify, rate it 5 stars, leave a review, listen to the audio, because the goal is to make the Rants and Gems podcast the #1 podcast for real estate in the world, and we're not too far behind. I'm gonna tell you, we debuted at number 47. Right now we're like number 50. We can get to #1, guys. We can definitely get to #1. So holla at me, man. Support the movement, guys. All right, so that's all I got for y'all on this topic. Again, Matt Garland here, NMLS number 58700, but better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Peace.
It's Mad G. Making moves, flipping real estate. We building wealth, get your minds right and elevate. It's the mortgage king, we do it truly, bro. Dropping gems like a thief up in the jury cell. Wealth building equity in real estate, the mission. Collaboration is greater than competition.